Welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 2013. I'm playing on the Idaho Map, and we're standing in the middle of field 20, which is sugar beets, and we're continuing the harvest of sugar beets that we were doing in the last episode. We're also working on the soybeans, and it looks like we're going to need some fuel for this combine pretty soon. And we were also, if you remember, having lots of trouble with this guy. And what I'm doing with him is I'm hauling grass from the farm number 2 and to the biogas farm and creating silage. Now, again, you probably remember from the last episode we had such a trouble with this guy. Such a lot of hassle trying to get this guy to do this. I filled that one, covered it, it's being fermented, and I started this one. Now, the course I set up for this one is not having nearly the trouble. He's been working on this just steady and not had any trouble at all, and it's already 70% full. So I don't know what was the deal with the or I don't know what was the deal with that bunker number 1, but bunker number 2 seems to be working pretty good, so we'll keep working on that. And what else have we got going? We had this guy doing, well, he's almost out of fuel too. We got this guy going, doing his thing with cultivating. We're almost done with that, which means that we will be able to start seeding pretty soon. The only other thing I had going offline in between episodes was I had, let me find him here. Where is he? There he is. I had this guy working over at the farmyard, and I mentioned in the previous episode that this field of grass behind our house is not listed as a field, but it's full of grass. So what I did was I set up a short little course to mow most of it so that I can collect the grass off of it, because it's just being wasted. And again, this was when you purchase new equipment and have it delivered from the farm shop, this is where it dumps it, right in the middle of this grass field. So I thought we might as well use some of that grass. Why not? So I created a course play route to mow the grass on this, and I'm waiting for the forager wagon to be free to collect it up. Uh-oh. Something's slipping. What's slipping? Oh, not you again. Stop that. I'm gonna have to put you in timeout. Alright. What is it you're trying to do? Okay, this looks like it's the last load of grass until I collect that field by the farmyard, so let's go ahead and get him going. We'll get this fermented. Also, I'd like to mention that in between the now and the last episode, I did have a subscriber comment that he would like me to create a tutorial on how to download and install the Idaho Map into Farming Simulator 2013. So I sat down this morning and did that. And if you're interested, or if it's something that you need to do and you don't quite know how, feel free to take a look at that tutorial. It's up on my YouTube page. And it's a simple process, but it can be a little daunting sometimes if you're not sure how zipped files work and that kind of thing. So yeah, take a look at that if you need to. And what else is going on? That's about it. We'll just continue what we're doing here till we can get some more equipment. I do need to get oh, I know what I need. I got vehicles that are running out of fuel. Let's see, how about I'm going to do it eventually. How about if we purchase something? Is it in miscellaneous? Yeah. Okay. Oh, maybe it's not even here. Let's see. Maybe it's not a mod. No, it's not a mod. Okay. I want to purchase this mobile fuel tank. I think it's kind of funny. I used to, well, I didn't used to. I read a lot of books. I'm an avid reader. And I was reading the Jack Reacher books. If you know who Jack Reacher is, there's a series of books about a military army major. He's a MP, and it's his adventures after he retires from the service. And anyway, in that, it's kind of funny because in the United States we call cell phones cell phones. In Europe, they call them mobile phones, or in some other countries. So it's kind of curious. So anyway, we need a mobile. Did I buy it? I did. Yeah, let's have that guy shipped to the farm. I don't know if I have a tractor to go get him. Well, let's see what we got. Everything's being used. Uh-oh, here we go again. Yeehaw! Well, he's gonna work his way through it, I guess. Well, by golly, he's gonna work his way through it. Alright, let's see, what can we do, what can we do? Well, we do have this guy we can use. Drop. Alright. Drop these two mowers. Guess I didn't really need to drop the front one, did I? Let's go grab us some fuel. There's a couple of things you can do for hauling fuel around and working on equipment. Let me show you different prices here, though. We've got in the mod window here, mods by machine type. Let's take a look at the miscellaneous. I can do, and this is usually what I do. Uh-oh, I said a bad word. I usually get the service car. It's kind of cool. In the back of this Jeep, there's like welders and grease pumps and, you know, all kinds of tools and stuff that you'd need. Air compressors, all that kind of junk. And this will pull that fuel trailer. So, and it's easy to run around with. So usually I'll pick this thing up. It's $52,000. And use it for my running around fueling vehicles out in the field. The other thing you can do is you can pick up, let me see if I can find it. It's probably in tractors. Alright, let's see this where it's at here. Got a couple of different things. I've got your Dodge Ram, and you've got your 2010 Ford F350 flatbed. And again, this one, or these two, just a couple of different styles. I think that one's a little more fancy. That one's got a flatbed. Well, they're both flatbed. But you can grab one of those and pull that gas trailer around if you want to. And they're about the same price. That was a little more expensive. I don't know why. And they work pretty good too. I might have to get both of them, but I think eventually I'll probably just get the Jeep to start with, just because it's the one I've used so much that I'm so used to it. Where am I going? I need to go to the shop. So what else is new? Yesterday I took a little trip down inland, I guess. I had to go to a doctor, and the doctor that I go to for this particular thing is about 100 miles away, so it's a couple-hour drive. On the way home, I came through some farm country, and I got behind 3 huge John Deere combines on the old country road, and a couple of trucks behind them, and then a couple of tractors. It was like a convoy, and it was really cool to see these rigs. They were doing a lot of hay making, and if you're familiar with the farms, you don't cut hay, you make hay. So they were out making hay, and in bales that were unbelievably big, and the balers they had were huge, just great big balers. And they were taking these bales and stacking them in great big piles in the middle of the field, and that was cool to watch. And I saw mostly John Deere's, the ones Palin. I don't know what the make of the balers were. I was on the road, so I didn't pull over and get that close a look. But the tractors were John Deere's. I don't know what the balers were, but God, they were big. I mean, they were making a bale, had to be 400 or 500 pound bale at least. Good size. Anyway, that was kind of cool. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I didn't even mind being behind the combine convoy, because it was just kind of neat. I wasn't in any big hurry. I knew that my doctor appointment was going to take most of the day, so that's kind of cool. I got to get out there and refuel these tractors before they run out of fuel. How embarrassing is that? Be in the middle of a field and run out of fuel. And you can't count on the hired help. They're not paid to watch the the fuel tank. I don't even know if they can read a fuel gauge. But you can't count on them. And they've got two-way radios, but they don't know how to use those either. I guess that's the reason why they're the farm hands and not the farmer. And since we're filling up this mobile fuel tank, might as well fill the tractor up while we're at it. So fill him up first, I guess. That's funny. The little silhouette down here of the equipment doesn't show the tanker. I thought it did. Maybe it just doesn't show it with this tractor. So we were dinking around this morning, going through some old boxes, my wife and I, and we pulled out something that was mildewy. And both of us have got this, I don't know, the mildew is nasty stuff. I've got runny nose, and if you can tell my voice, it's kind of gravelly. I can't get it out. It's got to be some form of allergy. So I apologize for that if I sound a little gruff and gravelly. It's not like I'm Kenny Rogers. I'm not going to start breaking out and singing. And if I did, you wouldn't like it. As a matter of fact, if I did, I wouldn't like it. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get out there before they go. Now, what was it we needed to... was a combine, and where are we going? Where are we going? All right. Yeah, it was a combine and the cultivator, the tractor I'm cultivating with. After we got out of the doctor appointment, I drove to the university that my son's going to, and visited. I haven't seen him in a few months. So we spent a few hours visiting, and obviously knowing a little bit about me. My son's just as bad with video games, so we're talking video games about the whole time. He plays some first-person shooters, that kind of thing. Plays a lot of Minecraft. Plays about anything there is, but I probably mentioned before that I'm not very good at first-person shooters. I'm terrible. I don't know whether it's coordination or lack of, or if it's the fact that I'm just not very fast. And I know you've probably heard me mention that, like during playing World of Warcraft, you know, I could get into a duel at level 50 and have a level 10 character beat my butt. So, you know, I'm just not very good. So I kind of tend to prefer the role-playing games, or if I do play a first-person shooter, hopefully it's got a little bit of a storyline to it, so I can enjoy the storyline and the plot. And I'm telling you that to tell you this. I was reading some articles about the gaming industry and the future of the gaming industry. And there are a lot of game producers that are contemplating whether a plot of a game and a story in a game is viable. And it sounds like a lot of these game developers have decided that gamers only want gameplay. They don't care about a plot or a storyline. And to some extent, they don't really care about character development. And what I mean by character development is not necessarily, not necessarily the character that you create, but the NPCs. A lot of the games that I really enjoy are games that I've created a character and I meet NPCs in the game and companions and, you know, people that have something to do with the plot of the game, and you like them or you dislike them, but you grow to appreciate the NPCs. You enjoy the characters, and so you're done with the game and you like the characters so much and you like the storyline so much that you can't wait for the next one to come out. Well, I guess there's a lot of people in the game industry that are deciding that that's not what people want. What they really want is just gameplay, and that plot and characters aren't of any importance. Well, I for one disagree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, most of the games I play because of the plot and the storyline. But I may be all wrong. Maybe that's just me. Now, what do you guys think? I mean, does story and characters and plot make any difference to you in a game? Now, it may not in this kind of game, but in a role-playing game or an adventure-style game, I think they're all wet myself. But anyway, that's my little soapbox for the day. And then let's see, what was that red mark there? The Duke's Agriton should be refueled soon. Really? Alright, I need to figure out which one that is. Is that, was that the, in the beet field? No. Oh, I got more. I thought I had a combine that was getting low. Yeah, I did. Okay, so we got lots of things to refuel. All right, onward. I put my map on because I get lost without it. Terrible, terrible, terrible. That's a laugh. I use GPS quite a bit in my car, but you can't count on that either. You know, a good GPS is not too bad if you already have a pretty good idea of where you're going. If you're using a GPS sometimes and you have no idea where you're going, and maybe you're traveling cross country and you've never been in, you know, in parts of the country where you're driving, and you're counting on your GPS and you get to a spot where it says take a left here, and you look to the left and there's nothing but a swamp, no road or anything. It's like, what? And that happens quite a little bit. Some of these truck drivers will get GPS and depend on it and turn right here, and they turn right and find out they're on a one-way street in a cul-de-sac and nowhere to turn around. That's not a good situation. That's about the time you jump out of your truck, lock the door, and walk away. Get a bus ticket and drive home. Well, we're almost done working harvested fields that I missed in the big harvest that I did. And I'm anxious to get those soybeans off. Because I've got 19 hours left to sell those soybeans. And there was an oat one, but I don't have any oats. But I'm hoping to get some potatoes sold. And I get those potatoes done, and they sell tomorrow. So, and from that point, I don't know. I think we can. I haven't decided what I'm going to replant yet. I did have a comment from a subscriber saying that you know, he was kind of looking for strategic locations to plant, and I've been also doing the same thing. For example, you know where the beets are stored. There's no reason to have, you know, your beets. If you look at the map here, let's look at the map. Okay, so your beets are stored over here. Wait a minute, where am I? There's the farm. Yeah, your beets are stored right here. So right now, this big beet field's pretty close to that. Well, why would I want beets down here if I have to haul them all the way here to store them? So that's what I mean by strategic planting. If I plant beets and potatoes, it's probably going to be on some of these fields like right here. And if I'm planting, you know, well, I think maybe the grass I can do pretty much either place. But anyway, regardless of that, I think that there's a need for deciding where you want to plant your crops at, which crops will go where. I'm hoping to make a little bit more money. I still have 100,000, and I've got those soybeans with a great demand, and the sugar beets are going to have a great demand. So, no wait, strike that, reverse it. Let's see if we can find this combine here. Yeah, those hills look a little brown, don't they? Some of the other hills were kind of green and blue. I don't know if there's a lot of trees on those hills. This is sure a big field. It's a monster field. And it's not flat either. Look, there's quite a bit of hills and valleys in this field. I like that. Fields shouldn't be just real flat. I mean, there's some parts of the country they are, but the part of the country that I'm in, you don't find land like flat. It's like this. Hills and valleys, valleys and hills. See if we can stop this guy. Okay, slow down. Slow down. Hold it. Stop. Don't run over me. Ah! Oh, there we go. Thank you. I know I could have jumped in it and did it another way, but oh well. That was more fun. It's all about having fun. Okay, here we go, here we go. That's going to take a little while for this guy to fill. Let's go check on our troubled stepchild. Well, looks like he's done. Stop him for now. Take a look at this guy. Get this big boy heated up. And see how we're doing on the compacting of this silo or bunker or whatever you want to call it. Well, the fill level is only 77%, but that's okay. I have some grass to pick up, but it's going to take me a while to do that. I want this to get fermented so that we can sell it in the morning. Hopefully it'll ferment overnight. And when we get to that point, I do have a tutorial that shows you how to automatically load the silage and sell it to the biogas plant and keep going till it's all done. And so I was deciding whether I want to do that offline or go ahead and create that course online. So I think I'll probably go ahead and create it online. Let's see, he's dumping. Oh, he needs fuel too. And looks like he's full. Oh, wait a minute. I get him going in. There you go. Why does he not want to work? Oh. I heard the tractor motor running over there, and I thought it was the combine. The combine had shut itself off. No wonder he won't work. And these hired helpers are so dumb, they don't know that your tractor's not running. Didn't you know to start your tractor up? No. Alright. These hired helpers, they remind me of smartphones. Nothing dumber than a smartphone. I had a smartphone. It worked well on everything except being a phone. I'd have people call me and it'd go ring, just a short little ring. I'd pick it up and there'd be nobody there but a voice message. I talk to the people and say, well, it rang about 10 times on my end. I had such trouble. I could receive maybe 1 out of 5 calls on a smartphone. Yeah. I didn't think they were worth the money. All right, back to the beet farm, and we'll refuel that little booger. Yeah, I was thinking it might be kind of fun to have outtakes, a video with outtakes and stuff. Well, then I got to thinking, wait a minute, I wouldn't have any video left. I was filming the other day, and there was a point where I wasn't really saying anything. I couldn't think of anything to say, and tractors were moving, and I was just like this, just sitting there and letting the tractors do their thing, and I don't know, maybe 10 minutes went by. I forgot that I was recording, and I pick up a drink, and I'm drinking. Now, I use a Blue Yeti, and these darn things, if a fly flies by, you can hear it buzz. They pick up everything, and so I pick up a drink, and I'm going long, and you can you can hear it just plain as day. And then, well, if you got to know, it was a Dr. Pepper. So after I took a couple of big swigs, I let out a big belch. I went to render the video, and thank God I listened to it first. But, oh, crazy. Yeah, so outtakes, I figure, yeah, if I take outtakes, that's going to take everything I say. So I guess that's not going to work. I encourage anybody that's interested to, and you may not be interested in making YouTube videos, but I encourage anybody that's watching people that do YouTube videos, start your game up and start talking, like the YouTubers are doing. It's not easy. It really is not easy, and I'm new to it, and I'm not used to it yet. And I have my days. If I have 2 or 3 cups of tea and a couple of Mountain Dews, and I get a little caffeine in me, and I get all of a sudden like I'm a Gatling gun with my talking, it's not sometimes too bad. I can carry on a conversation for a 45-minute video, but it's really not easy. It reminds me, I told you once I was in the radio business, and I sold advertising. I wasn't online, but I worked with the online guys. And in the radio business, you've got this thing called dead air. You just can't have dead air. You're listening to a radio. You're not watching anything. You're listening. And so if a commercial cartridge broke, and you're always listening to your own station. I'd have it in my car. When you're in the studio, the radio station is blaring in every room so that you can hear what's going on. So we'd be in the lunchroom having a cup of coffee, and all of a sudden a advertising cartridge would break, and everybody jumps up screaming, dead air, and running back for the back room to put something on air. And so it's kind of the same thing with this. If you're gonna try to be entertaining or try to bring some information to your viewers and stuff, you got to have something to say, and sometimes you just don't. And it's very difficult. I remember before I decided to start doing this, I've been watching YouTube, for as long as it's been out. Matter of fact, I watch YouTube more than I watch TV. I just don't watch TV anymore. I watch YouTube videos and Netflix and Amazon Prime. and I very rarely watch any TV. But long before I even started thinking about doing a Let's Play, I'd jump out in the hot tub. Excuse me. I'd jump out in the hot tub about 1 o'clock in the morning before I went to bed, and wife would be in bed already, and she could hear me because it's close by the deck where the hot tub is. I'd sit out there and just start talking to myself, just to see if I could do it. And I'd get up the next morning, and the wife would say, "Who were you talking to on the phone last night in the hot tub?" And I said, "Are you kidding? Take my phone into the hot tub." "Well, I heard you talking. You were talking for a half hour." And, "Oh, I was practicing." Kind of embarrassing, but there it is. But anyway, it's just not easy. Not easy at all. Well, especially if you have a voice like mine. Yeah, and as much as you'd like to have a good, entertaining video every episode, sometimes it just isn't there. Sometimes you just can't think of anything to say, or what you have to say just isn't very interesting, like right now. That's what you're thinking, I'm sure. The hell's he talking about? So I think I'll probably just shut up for a while. What's the game time? It's 7:37. Oh, the sun's going down. I was wondering why that rig had its lights going. 'Cause it's getting dark. Weather like tomorrow, sunny. All right, I dig it. Take this guy back to the staging area until he's needed the next time. I think I'm done with the mower for today. Maybe I can grab the forage wagon from farm number 2. Well, that's a good idea. Let me go to farm number 2 real quick and start this guy up. Okay. Stop the driver. Turn that course off. Walk this way. Alright. I've got a... oh... he took straw. Oh. Go put that back. Go put that back right this instance. You gotta love driving these articulated tractors. Nothing is done very quickly with these things. Backing these things up is easier said than done. I tell you what. Alright. Should buy me some chickens. Okay, we need a transport. Transport Farm 2 to Farm 1. Hang on. I didn't reset the course. Try that again. Transport from Farm 2 to Farm 1. There he goes. Alright. Go back to this guy. That field 20 is a pretty good sized beet field. I'll tell you what. Okay, park this guy till he's needed. Might need more before I need the fuel. And I noticed that the cultivator guy wasn't working. Are you done? You sitting there having a sandwich? I'm just sitting here eating a sandwich. Alright, let's clean up the edges. Where in the heck am I anyway? Yeah, I know it's not my field. I know. I suppose those aren't my trees either. Okay, straighten up here. You didn't finish your job. You were sneaking a nap, weren't you? Well, that's weird. You get crop out in the grass? Oh no. Why'd you stop? Why does he keep stopping? Well, I suppose I'm gonna have to do it manual. Well, I think I probably bored you guys thoroughly with this episode. Just rambling on about nothing. So I think what I'll do is end the episode here. And when we come back, I think I'm pretty much ready to speed up time a little bit to the next morning and start planting some fields. So until the next time, I wish you all a good day.